welcome back to part 3 of the Book One Cozies Club chapter by chapter for A Caterer's Guide to Love and Murder, the first book in the Caterer's Guide to Crime Mystery series by Jessica Thompson. I'm Di, and this is my audio-only reading vlog for this book. Today, I will be reading chapters 7 through 9 and sharing my thoughts with you along the way. Due to the nature of this reading vlog, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't read these chapters yet, I suggest that you not listen to this recording until you have. If you would prefer to hear my general thoughts on this book in its entirety, keep an eye out for my Book One Cozies Club Series First Impressions video, which will be posted sometime after the reading vlogs for this book have commenced. So how is everybody doing this evening? I am doing okay. I do have the fan on because it is dreadfully hot right now. It is 1 o'clock in the morning as I am recording this, and it is still uncomfortably, I guess that's a mild way of putting it for me, but I am very uncomfortable. It is very hot. There's like no breeze and the air is very still. And yeah, so I do have the fan on, and I apologize if it's really loud, but I am pretty much unable to do this recording unless I have the fan going. So, Chapters 7 through 9. I am looking forward to getting a taste of Violet's investigative style. You probably know, if you've listened to some of my chapter by chapters in the past, that I am very interested in finding out our amateur sleuth's investigative style. Pretty much up until this point, with Violet, all she's done is eavesdrop. She's been in a convenient place where she was able to eavesdrop, or in the right place at the right time in order to eavesdrop. So I'm looking forward to seeing how she goes about actually investigating and not getting information from eavesdropping. Or at least I'm hoping that she does that, and that a majority of what she learns is not through eavesdropping, because that is definitely something that I don't enjoy, when our amateur sleuth gets majority of their information from eavesdropping, because then I feel like you can't really call them an amateur sleuth. That's more like somebody who's lucky. But I'm also looking forward to seeing what kind of recipes there might be in the next few chapters. Obviously, in yesterday's section, there was a great decrease in the amount of recipes from the previous section, so I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to be mentioned in these upcoming chapters and what the recipe will be, or at least I'm hoping there will be one, because I'm really enjoying seeing those. There's already a few that I'm really interested in trying. And so, yeah, I'm going to dive into chapter 7 right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 9. Not so much investigating on Violet's part as much as I was hoping for anyway. I do find that she yells a lot, and it's not something I'm really enjoying. Like, I don't know, there's just a lot of exclamation points in the narration, and it kind of bothers me. Like, when I hear it in my head, it's just like yelling all the time, and so I'm not too keen on that. I also think that she's contradicting herself quite a bit. Like, in one scene, she's, saying we have to keep it a secret, that I'm investigating this. But in the next scene, or in a scene nearby, she'll be like confronting a potential suspect by blatantly saying, well, you did it, didn't you? Or dropping a hint like she did at the end of chapter 9, kind of hoping to like ferret out some information from Laurel. Like, Definitely not suave, but I don't expect her to be, being that this is like her first investigation. But yeah, I was just like, what are you doing? Really enjoying the recipes again. I did really enjoy the scenes where Violet was taking care of her niece and, kind of thinking about the conversation that she had earlier with her husband. I'm kind of hoping that that issue gets resolved in this book and it doesn't become something that will carry through to the next one. I definitely think Violet handles her niece very well, and even though she's so concerned about mess or loudness or the things that come with raising kids, these scenes that she has with her niece are definitely giving her something to think about. So I'm hoping that that will help conclude the issue that she's having with her husband about children, or at least help her to vocalize her thoughts about it and make her think about what she actually wants, instead of trying to evade the question all the time and not think about it. Have the time to think about it and articulate her thoughts to her husband about it, as opposed to just getting all worked up and firing off the first thing that comes to her mind, or making excuses and not just saying what she's thinking. I do think that the way that Violet is quote unquote investigating right now is going to get her into a bit of trouble. I mean, even with what happened in the end of chapter 9, that could definitely put her in a little bit of hot water there. I mean, and she already got into hot water when she confronted Luke. That wasn't a very smart idea to begin with, because not only was she confrontational about it, but he was also inebriated, so that just was not a good situation at all. But I'm hoping to see Violet refine her investigative skills in tomorrow's chapters. I'm not really sure how I feel about Violet and Jake's kind of relationship with Dawn. Even when he was over at their house for breakfast, that whole conversation just didn't feel natural. With the way that Violet was well, and this, and Dawn kind of confirming but not confirming, and then for him to ask specifically for Violet to help him, I thought was interesting. I thought Violet would get involved in investigating this because it was going to affect her business. She's trying to get her business off the ground, and even when it had happened, the thoughts that were going through her mind at the time was this could really damage my chances of getting my business off the ground. So I thought that that would be the incentive for her to start investigating on her own. But to have Dawn kind of rope her in and be all I need you to help me, was an interesting thing that I didn't expect. But yeah, obviously I'm still having a few issues with the story, but I'm still interested in what's going on. I am really enjoying all of the recipes. And yeah, so let me know down in the comments below what you thought of these chapters. Don't forget, you can come talk to me in the Mystery Madness Goodreads group or in our Discord, whichever is more comfortable for you. I will be back with you tomorrow for chapters 10 through 12, and that will do it for me this evening. So I hope you're all having a great one, and I will talk to you later. Bye!